Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and with me is Shell Bhatnagar. This is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, the markets have drifted lower towards the low point of the day. It's the Nifty that has slipped now below the 23,500 mark. It's lower by about 112 odd points, half odd percent of a decline coming in. Pressure also building up from the Nifty Bank, 51,421 at this current level for the Nifty Bank. There's a 350-point cut on this index as well, which amounts to 0.7% of a decline on this. Few sectors that are still holding up despite this fall on the Nifty on the top side. Consumer durables, IT, metals and broader markets, they're still holding up into the green, and slight gains on pharma maybe, but the rest of the sectors have drifted lower. So PSU banks is the top losing index, at this point in time, 1.4% lower for the Nifty PSU bank index. The oil and gas has also slipped below about a percent lower in trade. It's now trading at 11,861. The Nifty Realty Index is down 0.8%. Nifty Bank overall, all the three constituents, so private banks, financial service, PSU banks, they're all lower in trade. If we look at the top drags on the Nifty, you will be able to see that it's Reliance Industries that's now down closer to 2%. That's exerting this pressure. BPCL, Ultratech Cement, Nestle, Tata Steel, Adani Enterprises. These are some of the stocks that have declined in the top losing index as far as the Nifty is concerned. LTI Mindtree, Bharti, Airtel, Adani Ports, Hindalco, Infosys, they continue to remain the top movers. So some bit of gains coming in on IT and on the metals pack as of now. Good afternoon, Shell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Sakshi. And absolutely nothing to be worried about when it comes to the market's positioning today. We are ahead of the weekend. We are at record highs. So there is a mild bout of profit booking that's happening on both major indices. Remember, especially on the Bank Nifty, which is down 372 points in trade today at 51,400. You had a 400-point uptick yesterday and a 957-point uptick day before yesterday. So from, say, about 1,700 points, 1,800 points collected this week, the Bank Nifty is given back 360 so far. Nothing to be worried about. Nifty Bank in front of you, Nifty in front of you, 125 points lower. Nothing absolutely taken away from the bulls. It's just normal profit booking ahead of probably the weekend. Sakshi, people need money to party, and the markets are very generous these days. You can make money intraday, just as people are making tons of money intraday in railway stocks on the long side. They are making tons of money intraday by going short on fertilizer futures, and of course they are making tons of money by booking very, very smart gains that have happened in defense stocks. And metals are in fine shape today. You see, counters like Tata Steel 1% higher. JSW Steel is 3% higher, 1,096. You have Usha Martin 4.41% higher at 410 rupees. There's absolutely no dearth of opportunity on the long or the short side, depending upon what you feel in the markets today. Look at RailTel, 10% higher. RVNL, 5% higher. And Sakshi, these are beginnings of a fresh bull run on a vast variety of railway stocks related to the future moves. Look at volumes today. RailTel is 2,200 crores. RVNL is 2,600 crores. Smart moves coming in on IRFC, 2.4% higher. As of course, IRCON, 3.5% higher, 1,042 crores. So nothing to be worried about at all. And this is par for the course. And the run-up is ahead of the budget, which is in late July next month. And of course, the monsoon impacting a vast variety of chemical stocks. Sakshi.
Right, absolutely. We do have our guest now with us. Let's welcome him. Brijesh Singh Sr, Technical Analyst at StockAxis, is now with us. Good afternoon, Brijesh. Good to have you. Do tell us, how are you really looking at this dip that is being seen on the Nifty? 150 points of a cut, 23,400. Should this dip be bought?
So good afternoon, Sakshi, and good afternoon, Shilji. Overall trend of the market from the past couple of days, it was like they were inching towards the higher side, towards the resistance zone. Now, in today's session, we have seen, at last there has been some profit booking, and it's Nifty has been trading below the shorter term as well as the medium term moving average. Anyhow, if we are closing above 23,300 marks, still the trend would be positive. Now, the two important supports to watch for the Nifty is 23,000 say 23,050 as a first support, and second support lies at 23,300. So till Nifty doesn't break 23,000 mark, it would be assumed that it's just a normal profit booking sign, whereas the resistance has been considered for the Nifty 23,800, 23,950 would be the hurdle to watch on the higher side. Regarding with the bank Nifty has been considered right now in hourly chart session. It is in the process of forming a bearish engulfing candlesticks, which indicates the bearish sign. On an auxiliary front also, if I look out the indicator RSI, it has already given the cross below and it's been trading towards the south side. But regarding with the support and resistance has been considered, still Bank Nifty has been trading above the shorter term moving average, and the shorter term moving average value lies somewhere around 51,100 mark. So that would be the first support zone. Second support, if I talk about, then it lies around 50,400 to 50,600 band. So still I would be considering it's just a profit booking. But as the history says, whenever there is a profit booking or whenever there is another term you can say correction, profit booking, any sort of thing, if it's found in on Friday, so next trading session, generally Monday, it goes on the same way. So we would be seeing a profit booking if say Nifty sustain at this level of say 23,400 or say Bank Nifty sustain about 51,300. So it would be carry forwarding in on Monday trading session. But there are few of the stocks which are still in a bullish sign. So individually stocks should be look out for buying purpose, and if someone has been long in particular stocks and if they are able to make a say handsome game of say 5%, 10% or 20%, they should try to book some profit in it and trail with the trailing stop loss.
Got that. What about two stock ideas, Brijesh? What will you go with today?
So if I consider with the stocks has been considered, there are one stock which would be on the long side. That would be first Jindal Steel. Now, if I consider Jindal Steel right now on the hourly chart, after making a high of 1,095, we are seeing some profit booking. So let it come down more. It's somewhere around 1,070 zone or below that. One can take a buy call in it with keeping a stop loss of 1,040, and then play for the target of 1,140 marks. And the trading time frame to hold this counter would be 2 to 4 trading session. One stock which is looking a little bit on the bearish side is the Tata Power. So if I look out on the hourly chart, the stock has been trading below the shorter term moving average, medium term moving average, and in the longer term moving average, trading near that zone. But with the volume and with the indicator and oscillator front, it looks like it might break this level of 438 zone. So present rate or any rise towards the level of 442, one can take a sell call in it with the stop loss of 448, and then play for the target of 422 to 425.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the two stock ideas that have come in from Brijesh ji. Jindal Steel and Power, of course, at record highs and moving towards this 1100 point trajectory. Remember, the entire metal space is abuzz with gains. Let's also look at the Nifty 23,400 call, which is meant for the July 4th expiry, the one priced at about 234, 233 rupees. This is one that is just going to come on your screen, and this is actually the main Nifty is trading at a very crucial support level. I'm requesting the PCI to please show that call. Yes, exactly, 266 rupees. Remember, we are moving ahead into a weekend, so there will be time decay, but this is something that you can look forward to for Monday. Just note down the price that we are showing you, 266 rupees. The most recent high was 450. So you are trying to play a swing from a very, very strong weekly pivot on the Nifty towards an uptick. Remember, the day's high for the Nifty is today somewhere like 23,661. It's corrected to 23,400 almost, and from there it's possible that over the next 1 hour or so you will see a swing. The reason why we've chosen July 4th is that you get a nice delta move if it comes, because the one that is set to expire on June 27th will show a very strong theta decay. Let's look at some other stocks that are moving. Brijesh is with us. Sir, any view on RVNL or RailTel? What catches your fancy?
Silji, if I talk about both the stock, whether that be a RailTel or whether that be RVNL. Now, I'll go individually with both of them. See, if we take a daily chart, the stock made a high of 491 of 0.45. That was the 52-week high on Feb, and after that it went into a correction mode and it made a low of 301.40 on 14th of March, and after that it was been consolidating, inching towards the higher side. On a daily chart, if we see, it was been making the higher lows formation, so that was a positive sign. Now, on a daily chart, if we look, the trend has been positive. 480.81 has been trading. Previous week high and month it has been broken. Way down support comes around of 451 mark. The positive sign, it is with the volume, it has given the breakout. So if someone has a view of say 2 weeks to a 4-week time frame, definitely one can take a buy call. But as I've said, 450, 451 around is a support. So support is a little bit on the deeper side. But if we compare with the risk, with the reward, it has a potential to go all the way to 550 to 550, 560 zone. So if someone wants to play long on RailTel for 2 weeks to a 4 weeks, then keep a stop loss of 450, play for the target of 550 to 560 zone. If I consider RVNL, overall trend is still positive, and today high was 417, 52-week high is 425. So it has a potential to break that level of 52-week high of 425 marks. Current level can be used for accumulation purpose, or any dip towards the level of 400 also can be used for to go long. Support lies at around 388 or 390 zone, and on the higher side it has it can lead towards the level of 435 to 440, and further it can extend towards the level of 465, but we'll play with 435 to 440, and even same category, the time frame has to be at least for the 2 weeks to a 4 weeks.
Fair point. Two other stocks, Sakshi, I'll mark, which is Inox Green and Suzlon. Remember, these are news driven. Day before yesterday, there was news that came in from the cabinet's first meeting on fulfilling viability gap funding for wind farms that are set over the sea across Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. So these two companies have been in very, very strong flow. Inox Green at a record high, up nearly 9% again for the second day in a row, and Suzlon is now, Sakshi, above 50 rupees. Actually 53 something, and again 5% higher. That's the limit for Suzlon on a single day, the circuit breaker, and for Inox Green it's 10%. Yours.
Absolutely, and even the renewable energy financiers are actually moving up. IREDA, to be precise, that's the one that's moving up. In fact, the stock has been continuously in a momentum since yesterday. Let's also get in our colleague Asim now to fill us in terms of what is behind this move that we are looking at in IREDA. 183.8 right now, 3.5% higher. Asim, over to you. What exactly is behind this fresh move in IREDA?
Thanks, Sakshi. So the IREDA shares are headed towards their pre-poll outcome level. They have rallied 5% today. They rallied till 187 and against the previous close of rupees 177.50. So the stock closed at rupees 192 level on June 3, but fell 13% in the next session to rupees 167.35. Since then, the stock has been moving in a range of rupees 167 to rupees 177 till the previous session. Today, the stock made a 5% up move and it has given a breakout from this consolidation pattern. So the analysts are optimistic on the outlook of the stock. Abdul Bakar, derivatives and technical analyst at Stockbox, he said a breakout over rupees 200 would send the counter towards rupees 225 and possibly rupees 250 mark. Jigar S. Patel from Anand Rathi said the support for the stock lies at rupees 165 level and resistance at rupees 186. He said a decisive close above rupees 186 level may trigger a further upside in the stock to rupees 200 mark. And he also added that it's expected to trade in a range of rupees 175 to rupees 200 for a short term. Another analyst from Choice Broking, Mandar Bhojane, said the breakout above rupees 190 suggests potential for upward movement with projected price targets set at rupees 215. So we can say the analysts are bullish on the stock and they are projecting an average price target of rupees 215 for this stock.
Okay, well, thanks, Asim, for getting us that update. Let's also get in Brijesh onto the conversation. Brijesh, not just IREDA, even the other power finances, even PFC and REC, they're also buzzing in trade today. And after a long haul of consolidation, is there a fresh move that we should be looking at in this entire space?
So, Sakshi, if I talk about the two stock which you told right now was PFC and REC, I would be saying better to avoid. Regarding with IREDA, if we consider the trend is still positive, 183 the stock has been quoting, one can take a buy call and it stop as a support, it lies at around 170 mark, so one can keep that thing as a stop loss. Regarding with the resistance or as a target has been considered, then it has a potential to go all the way to 197. That would be the first halt of it, where since it is the monthly high, and if we are able to sustain about that, then the next level would be 214, that is a 52-week high. So if I consider all these three, then IREDA looks promising. And just to conclude, one more thing, Shalji was been talking about the Suzlon. Suzlon charts are more powerful if I consider all these four stocks. And regarding with the today high, it is already, if I'm not mistaken, 5%, it has been up 53 rupees. But the stock, if it doesn't breaks 51 odd level, then the next level to halt would be 55 rupees 50 paisa to 56 rupees.
Fine. So we'll see 55, 56 odd levels on Suzlon. That looks positive amidst all the big movers within the power space. Let's look at the F&O space. Some of the stocks are looking positive here. Havells is the top mover, 4% higher. You also have PVR Inox that's buzzing again after a long haul. A 4% up move can be seen. Vodafone Idea is another one, 3.5% higher. Escorts Kubota is another 3% up in trade. Any trigger that you can spot in any of these F&O movers that you can share with us, Brijesh?
So I'll start with Idea. Idea, it was having a resistance of 15 rupees, and most of the news channel, or I would be saying most of the analysts are again, looking this stock as soon as the stock had broken the 16 odd level, that was been a tough resistance. And I think re-rating or structure stories and all this thing would be coming. But purely looking for the trading bat, it's been considered 17 rupees 13 paisa around the stock has been quoting. Anything below 17 can be used for accumulation purpose with a stop loss of 15 rupees 50 paisa, and the first hurdle would be 18.5 to 19 rupees. But it has a potential to go to to 20 rupees also. 18 rupees 40 paisa is a 52-week high. So if everything is on the track of since the chart is on the track of towards the bullish side, so I don't feel 50 rupees 50 paisa should be broken, and one can play with 18 and a half for the first bet, and followed by the 20 rupees on as the next bet has been considered. Havells also charts are looking promising. Today we have seen some volume breakout, and 4.5% the stock has been up with 1897 around the stock has been quoting, and 1855 is a nice support of this stock. If it holds, then I am looking stock again retesting its 52-week high, that is 1985 zone. If that has been surpassed, then the next level would be 2040. So ultimately the target or resistance would be 2040 with the support or stop loss of 1855.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep Escorts and Havells in mind. And just as Brijesh Ji was remarking on the long-term charts of Suzlon, the price that you see in front of you, 53 rupees, Sakshi, is the average price that we have seen over the last 200 months. So it's now above the 200-month moving average, which itself is a very, very large technical breakout. Let's see whether that holds or not. I'm just trying to get this chart made for you. So if it's a 16-year breakout in price, so you can well imagine that this price was earlier seen in 2008 when the global financial crisis took place. And of course, this is a split adjusted, bonus adjusted price. So you need to keep this particular thing in mind. We'll try and get that chart made for you. But what's really buzzing, ladies and gentlemen, is the Nifty. 23,520, 23,516 is what is cash. Remember, the low was 23,400. And from then on, you've seen a very, very smart move coming in. I'll also request the PCR to fire the Nifty 23,400 July 4th call. You will see a change in price. So that's how options are trapped for a very short interval. You move dramatically quickly from the most recent low and then keep an eye out. And remember, we marked it at about 266 rupees. It's now at 286 and the party's just started. Keep this call in front of you. I'm sure there'll be some magic in the next maybe 20-25 minutes of trade. Sakshi, what's also buzzing is pizza time, Jubilant Foods, ahead of the weekend, 550 rupees for you. In the cash market, in the futures market, the counter's up 2 percentage points, and there is a spark of interest that's coming in Adani ports. 1.75% higher, around 1495. I see a series of block deals happening. Therefore, I thought I'll just take Brijesh Ji's opinion. Sir, Adani ports for you.
A couple of years back, I was on some news channel and I recommended the stock somewhere around 1445 around, if I'm not mistaken, or below that might be. Overall, first of all, trend is still positive, and it's still it can go towards the level of 1565, 1560 odd level. Now the stock support lies. Suppose someone wants to play for the long side, it has a support at 1455 around. Current level can be used to go long for the target of 1560 to 65. The hurdle to watch or the game changer would be if stock is able to surpass 1614 or 1610 zone. Then we can see stock can jump towards the level of 1725 to 1740. So first of all, trend is positive. That is one sign, and I am looking at least 1560 to 1565 zone where the stock should hold somewhere. Minor profit booking should be coming in Adani port.
Okay, got that. So that's the view coming in on Adani ports as well. And since Shelley were talking about snack time, let's not forget that Bikaji Foods is something that we began our discussion with in the morning, and now other players have joined in. Pratap Snacks is up 8%. Right now, a very strong move can be seen. Gopal Snacks is up another 2.5%, and Bikaji Foods is holding up 1% or so right now. So that's the entire food-related stocks that are buzzing. Anything interesting to you, Brijesh, when it comes to the products that these companies offer, or even the prices that you're looking at?
So, as you have talked about the snacks, Gopal snacks look promising. In today's session, the stock had touched 361.62 zone, and from there we a profit booking came. But still, the trend is positive. For a very short-term trend, buying has been considered. I'll say that present rate can be used to go long with a stop loss of 327. Play for the target of 362. And if we are surpassing this level, then play for the target of 385. So if someone has a view of, say, a week time frame, then 360, 62 would be the level. Stop loss would be 327. And if someone has a view of a 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks time frame, then the target would be 385 or 87 zone. So whether that be very for short term or little bit more than a short term, then still the trend of Gopal Snacks look positive.
Okay, the trend of Gopal Snacks looks positive as well. You were talking about Vodafone idea, and you also suggested that the price may be, looking to move up. The other telecom major, the biggest one that's listed, Bharti Airtel, 2.7% higher, has now moved to the top spot on the Nifty now. How about Bharti Airtel? Where do you see the stock headed, sir?
So, if I talk about Bharti, overall trend is positive. That is one sign. Volume breakout has already been seen. Stock, after making a high of 1440, it went all the way down to 1375, and from there we have seen stock climbing back. Now it's been trading over the shorter term moving average, and the trend is on the positive side. 1385, 89 is a support zone. I'll say present rate or 1405 around. If it comes, then one can take a buy call with a stop loss of 1385, and first hurdle or target would be 1440 followed by 1455. So dip should be used to go long in it with a stop loss of 1385.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now almost at 3 p.m. There is the next half an hour in front of us lined up. Brijesh, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll definitely remember the output that you mentioned on Havells, Escorts, and of course, the good one, Adani Ports. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And as good a time as any to welcome Kunal Ram.